Okay, hey everybody. This is the first time I've done a video in quite a long time. I'm kind of just getting back into it. I kind of wanted to start with a couple of different things around some cosplay I'm doing this year, but mainly I'm just not ready for it yet. So this is just my first kind of, I guess, tester video again. There's a lot of issues that you're going to hear with this, like the echo in the room. That's actually something I'll be solving in the next couple of days and doing a video on it as well, again, just to kind of get back into the practice of doing these things. So today I'm going to do quite a simple video. Basically, I got a new lighting source to test out from Amazon based on the recommendations of a couple of guys in the Frag Force group globally. And I already have some lighting that I bought for the last event we ran as well. So the two different lighting setups I'm going to be using, or I'm going to be comparing three, is single light bulb, which is a Philips Hue bulb in this case set to the Energize preset, a box light setup, which is going to be the first one you're going to see, and then the newer one that was recommended was an LED panel light setup. I'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of them all. I'll be using the exact same background as you see here. So it'll be the same kind of context or view here as well. Once again, apologies for the audio. I know it's echoey. It will get better, I hope. But right now, this is basically what I'm going to be going over. The first one you're going to see is the Philips Hue bulb. That's the one that you see right now. I can see on my own screen here that it's pretty dark. You're getting more of a blue tint from the wall behind me than a white, which is what it is, and it's generally not great. You can see shadows cast very clearly without much in the way of actually showing just the white wall itself. And if this was a green screen behind me, you would most likely see issues if your saturation or your blending wasn't up like very high on the chroma key. So you need to be wary that if you're using your room lighting, you're really not going to get a good view of your background. I used my room lighting for a long time when I first started streaming, and as soon as I invested in two very basic lighting setups, which I'll link to the original one I used before the flood in my house happened, and now I'm using the box lighting, or I'm going to use the box lighting and the LED one for comparison. So this is the Philips Hue one. It's not great, but I mean, it's your light source. Now, most light bulbs as well, unless you're getting a very high wattage, are not going to be the strength of what you see here. And obviously the Philips Hue has various different white scales that you can set. It's one of their color bulbs, so I could set color as well in here if I wanted. But just for context's sake, I'm doing the bright white light like the other bulbs would do. The box lighting is a daylight one, and LED is close to daylight as well. You don't really have something similar on the Hue bulb. It's their daylight settings are more calming sunlight. That's just not the same. Okay, so now what you're seeing is the box lighting effect. So this is very similar to the umbrella lighting stands you get as well, but it's a box one, so it's kind of a sealed umbrella in a rectangular shape with a cover over it. With these bulbs, they get brighter over time. So I've just turned this on. You may notice that the lighting may get slightly better behind me. And something that I'm not going to cover today is the fact that you should really be using two light sources in the majority of instances. A single light source is always going to cast conflicting shadows like you're seeing behind me. And you're not going to get the same quality out of your video or stream out of it. So I really do recommend having two where possible. But anyway, compared to the Philips Hue, you can see that even the camera quality has gotten a little bit more clear. You can see like there's less blurriness around my actual machine. There's still a bit of blur obviously from the side light, but you can clearly see that this is a white wall behind me. There's shadows on it, of course, because it's a single light source, but it's a white wall, you can see, rather than the bluish tint that you would have got from the Philips Hue white. And you can see, obviously I'm very tired if you haven't seen that as well. But you can see everything on me, and the camera is so much clearer than it was with just the Philips Hue bulb. So the lighting setup I got with the box one, I think it was somewhere in the ordinance of like €50. I will be including links down below as well for all the equipment that we've used, but it's just one of these already makes a huge difference. When you've got two, it's just phenomenal. And if you're doing any sort of lighting setup for videos or anything like that, short of doing something like professional camera lighting, this is the cheaper version of those. It's so good just to even have one of these. So this one is the LED panel. I'll talk about the actual manufacturer in a little bit when I'm doing just the hands-on with these. But yeah, so this is phenomenally cheaper, smaller, and again, quality-wise, it's on par, if not ever so slightly better than the box lighting. There is no delay in lighting up. It is absolutely instant. And these things have a huge range of the white color. So you can change it back into like more the yellow lighting, or like this, which is a solid white light in there. And it's absolutely fantastic. I have turned up in like the max setting here. So obviously, like I can see my screen, it's quite bright. Now again, I'm a little bit tired, so it's a little bit sore in my eyes. But so is the box lighting at this close intensity. But I have to say, for the size of this thing, and you'll see it in a moment, it's absolutely phenomenal. So this one, as far as comparison goes, I think you're probably going to pay a little bit more for the bigger ones of these, but I don't think you need them. Like, I got a widescreen one here, but I think it would be absolutely fine with a smaller one. And I think I paid something like £25 sterling, or it would be about €29 on Amazon for that, and free delivery and everything. That was the kit that actually came with a battery and a charger though. And that's another thing about these, they're battery powered. They do have a DC input as well, but you'd have to buy one of those separately. Okay, so this is slightly battery repaired because obviously I'm back to my Philips light source now. The quality, I don't know again if you can see this, but I can definitely see it in my recording here, is the quality has dropped ever so slightly. And again, there's a blue tint to the wall now, and I'm hoping you can see this in post-production when I cut all this together. But anyway, to go over each one of these, they're going to be obviously in the bad lighting because I don't have the second one set up at the moment. But basically, yeah, size of this thing, massive. Like, that's part of it. That's not even the whole thing. Let's see if we can get the whole thing into shot here. So that's it on its side. Yeah, this thing is absolutely massive. So basically, it is a transparent sheet over the top of the actual umbrella frame, whatever you want to call it, with a massive bulb inside it. These things will last for like well over a year worth of usage. It's a standard light bulb. The more you use it, the more obviously it's prone to breaking. But basically, it catches the light in here, and with the sheet over it, shines it out on top of you in a nice even pattern. Be fucking careful with these bulbs because they get really, really hot. So just be careful. Like, don't try and take them out after you're using them. It's not that warm yet because I haven't been using it that much. But just be careful. Obviously, much easier to break and everything than the LED ones, which you'll see in a second. And they take up a lot more room. It's not really practical, in my honest opinion, to have loads of these in any sort of streaming setup. And I mean, I have a big office here. Like, I haven't done any sort of like videos or pictures of this office. I will at some point when I'm doing the sound improvements later on and some other things for the virtual reality setup. But I really can't understate the fact of how much space lighting can take up. And unless you're prepared to move it every single time, it really is impractical to continually set this up and tear it back down again. But yeah, that's the light box one. Now in the set, usually you'll get two of these, two bulbs. I think you get two tripods with this one as well. Your cable connectors, in this case, they're the UK plugs. You can also get them with the US plugs, and you can get adapters if you're UK or vice versa. Obviously though, in the States, make sure that you're checking your voltage that's going through it. You don't want to blow any bulbs or anything like that. Should be okay. Most of them usually will come with the right voltage that goes through it anyway, but just be careful, please. You get the whole umbrella and the frame and everything then as well. Okay, so this is the LED one. So right away, if you're not noticing of how small this is, it's fantastic. So very little to say about this. It has a mounted joint at the bottom. So basically there is a screw-on joint here that you can put on. This is a 360 degrees of motion. Yeah, so it's up, down, left, right, and twist and tilt. So positional wise, as long as you have a normal mounted tripod, you don't even need an adapter that does this because it already comes with it. So as far as angling it down or at an angle that's left slightly, tilted to the right, whatever, it's very easy to use. So that all comes with it. You don't have to buy an extra one. Now I have tripods with the extra ones on it, but if you just have a regular tripod that doesn't tilt over for you or anything, you can do it on the light joint here as well. On the back itself, so let's see if it zooms properly. So this is the battery. So it simply clicks out by using this little switch over here. So I'll do that now. And do it on the camera as well. Pull up, and battery comes out. So if you don't see it as well, the charger that you get with it is right here. So this is a USB charger. So standard phone. I want to say micro USB, might be mini. I'll put that in annotations if it's not. But anyway, so micro USB plugs directly into any socket then, so you can use a plug adapter or plug it into your computer. I charged it up earlier. It only took maybe about half an hour to charge. It already had some charge in it when it arrived. As far as putting it actually into the device, you're obviously doing your contact panel down into the contact panel. So it's got nice little grooves that sit in there, and then it's just push and you'll hear the click. On the back then as well, you have the power button, the DC in. So DC in can be done as well if you want to do a hardwired rather than worry about charging batteries, because you only get one. Then it's the pivot socket, so you don't need to worry about that. Then on this side, on the actual screen, I'm going to turn it on. It's going to probably blind me slightly, so apologies about this. Anyway, so just turn it on. Shiny. So hopefully you can see this in the back. So basically you can set the actual intensity. So it's a little, I'll try and move my hand over here. So this little knob, you can set it all the way down as low as, I think, as like 10%. I don't know if you can go down to 20%. Yeah, 20%. Now, the lower you set that, obviously the less bright the light is, and obviously the more battery power you'll get out of it as well. I have not stress tested this as far as the battery goes, so be warned on that. Now, if I turn it up right full, now you can see this is very bright here, but it's very close to me. Okay, it's very, very bright. It's very, very close to me as well, but even slightly out there, although it's casting the shadow, because again, single point of light, you really should have at least two. Three's even better, but two at least, please. Even out there though, the lighting improves the camera immediately. So you can see that, and that's absolutely essential for anything you're doing in here. But anyway, sorry, on the back again, you can turn down the actual, I think it's the color temperature is the lower number. I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, so by clicking in on the swivel knob, you'll see the light flashes, and you can actually change the color intensity. So the lowest I think it has was 3000 is what it came, 3300 is what it came with. You can see it's a much more yellow light there, so it's not as bright. But if you go all the way up, you can see it turns more into a white light at the top and 56,000 or 5600K. Okay, so let me turn this off so I don't blind everyone. These are amazing. So I've only been using these for testing so far, but the video quality alone out of these is amazing. The space these take up, I mean, you're gonna have one of these standard tripods, okay? So like I said, I have the swivel top on top of one of these, but you can use the standard tripod as well. And and you can mount these in so little space. So all you're taking up is whatever the tripod room takes up, whereas the actual the windowed one, so the box lighting, is taking up like something about this much room in width and height, and then depth wise as well is massive. And what you can't see here, but like behind my desk is tight against the window, so there's no room there. I could pull it out a little bit, but I sacrifice a ton of room on this side, which I use for VR, and that's honestly just not acceptable. So something like this is amazing. Now, what I might do for, I guess, better green screen pictures, I might put one of the box lights off behind where the camera is right now, and put one of these behind the computer, or two of these, one on either end, to get perfect lighting. But I don't think I'd need the box light. I honestly think two of these, based on what I've done with my testing, would be perfect. And I really do swear by these now as well. And it was Adam Savage's desk light that he was building using one of these as well. So I really, really like them. And I can't understand that as much. So yeah, like, let me know what you think. Let me know what your lighting setups are as well. I'm actually quite curious of this, because again, this is a test video. I'm going to label this to do with lighting and all, and I realize I've probably droned on for about 20 minutes here. This is really a test for me as well, to get back into actually talking. Again, echo, apologize. It's so bad in here right now, and I will be addressing that. But let me know what you think. So let me know what you think of these lighting. So as far as LED panels go, one thing I forgot to mention actually is these are so reliable. Like, an LED is not going to go as quickly as a standard bulb. So absolutely amazing with these ones. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm not going to do the like and subscribe shit. I'm not going to do as many videos as I used to do. I just don't have the general time anymore. I would love to, but I'm just going to do general informational ones and some gaming ones like usual. But I like doing it. I don't really care if I get too many views or anything like that. It was just more of an enjoyment to do the actual videos and presentations on, and give me a little bit more self-confidence when it came to public speaking or talking or anything like that. So yeah, so I'm going to work with these being set up soon, especially when I'm doing the other videos later on. On as far as the sound quality goes, when I'm fixing it up, I'll be using the lighting from both of these to see what it's like, and also some of the VR setup as well. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you later. Oh, goddamn cup of tea. Ah, fucking great tea.